My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. One person had actually asked me recently what my completion percentage is. It's 100%. Yeah. I don't know exactly what contributes towards that, whether or not it's you have to get a 20 on all characters, whether it's not having seen and viewed every single relic and every single card, and those kinds of things. I'm not familiar with exactly what contributes to it, but I did the full 100. I don't think I succeeded on my Defect A10 run, though I may well have forgotten. Oh dear. While I'm trying to check that, we should figure out exactly what the Defect is going to be doing. What do I think is going to be like the most successful strategy I can do for the Defect? Nah, looks like we died on the second boss. Cool. I'm thinking it's going to be like a frost and lightning stacking kind of orb generation build. But that's just me. Lose all gold to obtain a random rare relic seems good. It actually depends on what that relic is as to where we go, so. Well, that's interesting. Stone Calendar, the end of turn 7, deal 40 damage to all enemies. Now, that's going to mean that this is probably going to be a very long episode. Because the Defect has access to some of the best defensive, or rather some of the best defensive kit, including some of the best defensive cards and mechanics, there we go, in the game. Between Reinforced Body, Charged Battery, Leap, the Frost Orbs, Glacier, and Glacier. All of those really help contribute. Cool-Headed is a great way to overpay for a single Frost Orb. All right, I think I'm gonna go with it. I think I'm gonna roll with that. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. That is to say that the back line was hit once there, so that I could moiter. It's difficult to turn down the first Sunder that you see. It is extremely helpful for getting through these opening kind of areas. I'm going to upgrade Zap and Dual Cast and Sunder on this first floor. That's going to be extremely good for our offensive potential. We only did 12 damage there rather than 24 we could have done, but we defended ourselves for 5, so I'm going to consider that a win in my book. Reinforced Body. Reinforced Body and Dual. Wow! Lose Sunder for a relic? I don't want to, though. I was going to upgrade Sunder in the next space, and then I was going to be laughing. I'm going to need the Sunder, right? Because I can't just stand there and wait for the Lagavulin to take enough damage to the Stone Calendar, because I will have died 5 times over by then. So for that reason, I'm going to need some damage in my deck, and Sunder is a great way to provide that. Sunder also incentivizes me later on, pivoting this build to go for a Snecko Eye after the first boss if I should happen to see one. We basically just completely trivialized the first floor by doing this. What? The defensive options! Good gosh. So this will take you down to 37. From there, you'll go to 34. That is exactly the split point. I can't use a strike this turn. Otherwise, the enemy will split on this HP value, and I definitely don't want them to do that, because I could just kill them instantly if I didn't. What is this? Is it my birthday? Mummified Hand on the Defect? Yeah, whenever you play a power card, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. We have our defensive setup completely set. Now we just take powers. That's literally it. And oh, how much do I want to call my shot here? By the way, I'm using dual cast more, so I'm trying to address the not using dual cast enough meme. Heatsinks will just make something else cost less, and because we have Mummified Hand as kind of like a mana cheat, the extra cards that we draw from Heatsinks are going to be good. Heatsinks is obviously garbage right now, but in the future, they'll be flying cards. And something else that's more related than what I just said. Hell yeah! We may actually just straight up not take damage in this combat. You know how buck wild that is? Also, Sunder being the very bottom card of my deck. Yeah, thanks for that one. I can't believe we're getting away with this. Somebody stop me. Enemy's dead at the end of the next turn, by the way. The 40 damage from the Stone Calendar triggers at the end of the 6th. Well, okay, the way it increments is annoying, but the increment occurs as you end your turn, so it looks like it says 6, so you're thinking, oh, it'll increment to 7, and then 7 after that, it'll explode. But it does it at the end of your turn. Prayer Wheel, normal enemies drop an additional card reward. Do I take the genetic algorithm? No. No, I have my defense covered. I need to be okay with that. That's a storm. Yes, there are other things in the store, but that's a storm. We have the ability to play powers for benefit. I'm upgrading the storm, by the way, because all of my other really good cards are already upgraded. And if the storm doesn't come out before, you know, the heat sinks, it does nothing. I'm also throwing out the poison potion because when you aren't on full HP, hang on. Damn it. Fine. I'm throwing out the poison potion because when you've full orb slots already, you're more incentivized to spend them. Spend your potions, that is. Do I want to save 5 HP or Sunder? No, I have to Sunder that turn. I did it in that order so that I could set up the Lightning Orb to the very front so that the next dual cast is a lot better. We're actually also set up now for Sunder to kill next turn. Or for the Stone Calendar to do it, but Sunder does it first. Blood Vial at the start of each combat. Heal for 2 HP, as well as the Emerald Key, a Focus Potion, another Leak. We have the defense, and this enemy, this boss doesn't scale, the Guardian, so we're already fine. We can go for an upgrade if we want to, and I will. This isn't going to pay off until we get more powers, but then it will pay off. It will pay off big. Damn, we took a damage. Whatever will I do? We're gonna need more energy at this rate before we can actually start playing Sunder. Like, we noticed that in the Log of Woolen fight as well. You know, occasionally we energy cheat, which is nice, I guess. That is to say, the powers played help us energy cheat. I mean, I can put you on the ground, and then you'll take 20 damage over the top of that from the Stone Calendar. Okay. Defend, Strike, Reinforced Body is 3 down, so it's 11 up with 5. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to do it. I'd get 6 damage in, but I'd take 1 myself. I mean, yeah, I could still afford that, but do I need to do it? I don't think so. Let's try and only take the necessary damage. Speaking of necessary damage, it'd be necessary for the enemy to have dealt more damage that turn if they wanted to do anything to me. Alright, so we're actually going to get hit by the debuffs here, which is a little bit annoying as the vent steam. But if we immediately follow that by dunking the enemy... Excuse me? The stone calendar only triggers once per I should have struck there, but I'm still, frankly, struck by the fact that the stone calendar can only trigger once per battle. Like, I know that's what the wording implies, but still, obviously Echo Form, by the way. I'm still gonna need to rest, and a lot of people are getting real salty about the Velvet Choker. Why? When I pick Velvet Choker, try and watch for the rest of the game and see how many times it impacts me. I change my decision making, obviously, like, so I don't pick up a lot of zero cost cycle cards and things like that. But sometimes you just need an energy relic, and taking a Velvet Choker is better to dying. Good lord. Reminds me a lot of the Runic Dome discussions from beforehand. Can't please everyone. Now, with Runic Dome at the moment, obviously I wouldn't be taking that. Consider the fact that I don't know the attack patterns of the heart well enough. Obviously, I'm not going to be taking the Velvet Choker here either. Coffee Tripper is a little more likely, considering the fact that we already have, like, overabundant defense, and we need to upgrade a lot of cards. Not being able to take gold is... Let's take the Coffee Tripper. I was actually going to take Ectoplasm at the very start there, but then I kind of had to swap it when I realized that maybe I was making a bad decision. That's a lot of resties. It's the fun new way that I say rest. Fitty fitty. Hey! Ah, love it. So sure, we didn't get an overabundance of defense that turn. But I tell you what we did get? A ridiculous setup. So 15, 12. Yeah, we're fine already. I knew we had the damage there for it, so I kind of just wanted to do that. Self-repair, yes, that's going to help me supplement the fact that I don't have the Coffee Tripper. Between that and the Blood Vial, I should be okay. I'd have liked to take that Cold Snap if I had the opportunity. Double Energy can help me, you know, energy cheat again, but do I need it? I don't think I do. Sweeping Beam is a little bit of AoE, and kind of needs some AoE in the deck, I think. Because I don't have an Electrodynamics yet. Let's take a Sweeping Beam. When I talk about energy cheating, this is what I'm talking about. What I just did. I had 4 energy, but I played like 6 energy worth of cards. And we can regularly do that. Oh, I can't believe that we had Sunder there. Okay, 2 plated armor down. Get my full defense on, and that's a delectable Sunder target right there. Give me the Sunder, thank you. Another focus potion, fusion, recursion, go for your own eyes. No. It's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be a hard pass on all of those. What's your beta rod again? Yeah, it's horrible. not like it's horrible as in artistically. although it's just mortifying. You can see like it reminds me of what's the screen. It's got a lot of that emotion in it. What's recursions? I'm turning some of those beta arts back on. They're cool as hell. See, in the first shuffle, Beam Cell would be really good because it'd set up for the Sunder, but I'm worried that, like, pivoting this deck towards the Sunder, like, the Sunder is helping me as I pivot towards powers rather than the inverse. I don't want to take Heatsinks Glacier. And as a result, I'm going to take Heatsinks Glacier. Damn it. Toy Battle... Ancient T-Set. Whenever you enter a rest site, sell the next combo with 2 extra energy. Depending on what we get in our opening hand, that can be important. I probably just shouldn't have played Storm that turn. No, it was played Defense, then Storm, then Echo Form. Yeah, I screwed that up. That's my bad. I also should have double played the self-repair there instead. I'm too excited by the fact that this deck is like really cool right now. I gotta get back down to Earth. Double playing Heatsinks is also a mana cheat here. We use the lightning orbs to get through the enemy's armor. Rather blocks, so that then all of my hits after that go directly against their plated armor charges. Doubling off a Sunder is obviously ridiculous. Don't do that. Another self-repair. I would have taken the sweeping beam, but self-repair is really important. I can't take another Heatsinks, although I will take... Really? Yes, we just take it. There's a reason this was nerfed in A20, and it's because it's insane. Yes. But now what we're going to have to do is upgrade basically every one of those apparitions. We need them to be in the deck on the turns we need them. Bag of Marbles does nothing for us, so we'll take the Sapphire Key. Like, it's really good with an opening turn... Sorry, while I figure out what I'm saying. It's really good as an opening turn kind of like Sunder Dunk, but that's not what this deck do. I'm really glad that we got 2 apparitions that weren't upgraded and shuffled them back into the deck, because it shows what I'm effectively talking about when I say that the apparitions need to be upgraded. And that's that you don't want to stack a bunch of apparitions on the wrong turn and then waste one against the turn where the enemy is doing something like this, which is to say nothing. That said, you know, another apparition just happened like that, so you do what you can. I was looking basically the entire time there just to try and draw back into my next. Great. Draw back into my next apparition. Pre-upgraded Leap is really... Chill! Oh, no! Chill is way too good for this deck in particular. It'll give us so much time to set up, and the apparitions, it means that I don't have to play defense while I'm playing all of my powers on the first shuffle through of the deck. If we need another leap at this rate, we've done something horribly wrong. Collector. Cool. Just needed to check who our boss was. I'd take Seek really happily. Do I take Deep Breath? The problem with Deep Breath is if I encounter it halfway through my first shuffle, I put the rest of the powers that I really need to get out on my first shuffle back into my draw pile with a diluted deck, effectively. So I don't know if I take Deep Breath. Let me take Seek, though. And Seek needs to be upgraded as well. $14. Yeah, I don't want to take 15 damage, so just... It took me a moment, but I realized in the end that I was already holding lethal. Well, not lethal, but I was already holding the capability to play every card in my hand, is what I mean. That's some pain right there. Gonna have to dual play the next. It's the next self-repair that came out that I was like, we're gonna have to dual play that. Right. I'm gonna Apparition, Seek, Heat Sinks. Okay. The goal is to try and get back to that previous self-repair before the end of the fight. Oh, added fun. It has to appear in my natural hand. If I have to draw to get it, I can't double it. Got it. Blue Candle. Unplayable curse cards can have be played whenever you play a curse. Lose 1 HP and exhaust it. Alright. Consume Blizzard FTL. We do generate Frost Orbs, but I don't know if we generate enough to use Blizzard effectively. So, like, let's take a moderate example, right? Two enemies in a fight. So we generate 2 Frost Orbs with Chill, 2 with Blizzard, so 2 with Glacier, and 2 with another Glacier. Assume at the very bottom of the deck is our Blizzard. We've done 6. This is now 12 AoE. If it appears any earlier than that, it is really bad for me. In a prolonged fight, obviously this gets better, but if I'm in a prolonged fight and I get to my second deck shuffle against everyone's there still alive in AoE, I've already done something horribly wrong. FTL is probably not a good card just because of the first shuffle having a ridiculous amount of draw from these heat sinks. I'm going to try and remember this. Whoa, hang on. Seek actually needs to be taken. It'll help us do some real mana cheating. That's unfortunate. Wow, both apparitions on that turn. Yowzers. All right, we'll look at the heat sinks. This is what I was talking about in terms of it's time to really mana cheat. So the first cycle of these torch heads I should be taking out manually. The second cycle could be taken out by the stone calendar. It depends on the AoE of the AI of the collector here. While I'm aware I could have doubled up on Sunder, this actually lets me do way more. Here's all the debuffs. I mean, 6x4, 24. Yeah, I accept 7 damage this turn. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Apparition's worth more than that. Oh, never mind. Double play. Forgot about that. Echo Form Apparition is insane for that same reason, by the way. Oh, cool. You're going to be summoning this turn. That means that by the turn the Torch Heads try to attack, they're going to die to the Stone Calendar. That's really good for us. Oh, there they are. Look at them all. Dead. Only happens once per combat, though. The problem is I basically need to wait for a turn where I have Sunder before I can really do that much. Alright, I'm going to double up on the Sunder, play a single Apparition. The reasoning for that is I don't believe the enemy's going to be attacking next turn, and they aren't. So it didn't matter if I double played the Apparition. We did it. That was a really good combat. Oh, feel good. Seek. That Fission, combined with the fact that we have the Chill, if we upgrade it, is a lot of early defense, but it also draws us like 3 cards, gives us 3 energy, and helps us, you know, cheat out all of our powers really early. I think for that reason, I have to take it. Interesting. Runic Pyramid. At the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand. Consider we have 5 apparitions. That means at any time I can when they're all upgraded, obviously. At any time I can decide to be intangible. And after I have Echo Form out, I can decide to be intangible for 10 turns. It's Runic Pyramid. Also, we don't actually have that much of an energy concern. The Mummified Hand is providing a lot. We're also going to ping pong off of these 2 shops here so that I can get guaranteed powers. Because there's always 1 power per shop. Rough. All decided to attack on turn 1. Woo! Yikes! Alright, yeah, no, I can see that you're not a fan, video game. There is a Zap in there. Okay, I'm gonna Seek. I'm taking Zap Fission. So we Zap Dual Cast. It's not gonna be enough. Right, we're gonna have to use Fission here now. Right, that sets us up for a Sunder. I just need to control the field a little better right now. I'm actually going to play this Apparition. No, I shouldn't have. I have... Oh my gosh. I forgot the whole point of this. The ability to just hold them in my hand. All right, we're going to be healing 21 at the end of the battle. Thank you. Easy no. That's a pre-upgraded Blizzard and a Cold Snap. So I put a Cold Snap in this deck. See, I'm considering it, but the problem that I have with it right now is I don't have... what is it? I don't have any power. I intend to pick up every defragment that I see, but I've seen none. Blizzard actually doesn't have the problem it used to have, interestingly enough, because we can just hold it until we've played enough for it to be a serious amount of AoE. Actually, is Blizzard the correct choice? We do need some more AoE damage, and we need it on this floor in particular. Can't take Hello World, sorry. We can't take Cool-Headed. It's supremely overpaying for one Frost. Consider, when you play Cool-Headed in your deck, you draw Cool-Headed. When you play it, it draws one card. That's card neutral. That's not a card positive. So you're paying 1 energy for 1 Frost Orb, effectively. Obviously, if you upgrade it, it's card positive. But then you need to upgrade it, and it's card positive by 1. I'm going to take the Bag of Preparation. Start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. I'm not going to take anything else or remove a card because we have a shop in 2 more spaces, and I want the opportunity to take whatever happens to be there. Unfortunately, that Exploder is probably a target that I should concern myself with. And now I don't need to concern myself with it anymore. Beautiful. Yeah, no, I figured I was probably capable of winning this turn and then just healing up at the very end, but I just had to be okay with taking the Thorns damage. Knowing that I was going to heal, it meant that I could take it. Second Echo Form beats Defragment, though. Sorry, it just does. As much as I want it, Echo Form, though. And another Glacier. We'll take it. Power Potion is going to be more important than a Focus Potion for us, especially in the final combat. Loop is just a totally reasonable take here. Just another power. Unfortunately, because both Echo Forms are currently ethereal, I actually can't hold them and play them later with the Runic Pyramid, which is actually weirdly large of a concern of mine. It's also worth noting, because I have 2 Echo Forms out and, you know, all of the Apparitions still left in my deck, I don't need to accept any damage over the course of this entire transient combat. I can just stand here and wait. We're already intangible for more turns than the transient's going to survive for. Blizzard's already only dealing 9, but then I'm gonna Glacier. Hey! Now does 30 damage AoE. That's a totally usable card right there. Those. Heat Sinks is too much. We can't take another. We're gonna refill our entire hand really easily, and we keep the cards, so we have enough card value right now. What we need is energy value and other associated things. That said, do I necessarily win every elite combat this floor? Because I think I do. Giant head? Yeah? Yeah, we just built up a pretty ridiculous Blizzard, and the fact that we would be double playing or triple playing things, not triple playing, sorry, double playing 2 or 3 different things, depending on whether or not we double played an Echo Form, is pretty wild for building the slow. So we can beat Giant Head. Can we beat Nemesis? Nemesis puts Burned in our deck, but we actually keep our defense cards, and the Burns play and then get discarded, so they won't actually even stay in our hand. Orb Walkers are no longer a combat. Reptomancer. The Reptomancer could kill us. The Reptomancer puts wounds into your deck, and we would not be able to remove those from our hand. We have literally no fashion by which we could do that. So as a result, we're going to be avoiding those spaces. I'm going to do the recall early here because I'd really like to not accidentally not have the right pieces. Oh, that's good. That really could scarcely have gone better as far as an opening goes. Obviously, we double the Echo Form, and then the Heat Sinks, and the other Heat Sinks. Blizzard has an animation! I haven't played Blizzard since the animations were added. I didn't know. That's cool as hell. Apparition, 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 Apparition. Now I'm just blocking forever. So now we just need to pivot towards offense. Now, how do we pivot towards offense in this deck? Some of you have picked up what I'm about to say. This is now a Blizzard deck. Damn it. I know. I didn't want it to be, but then it is. So sometimes you don't think it be like it is, but it do. Next turn's gonna be Glacier, Glacier. Glacier, Glacier, Glacier. Because of all this, look at that Blizzard. Oh, it's so good. And I can just build it up for as many turns as I would like now. Okay. Second Blizzard. I don't think I do. I think the strength of the Blizzard right now is that it's just a copy. We don't need a second one. I don't think. I don't think so. Don't need all of that though. I intend to dodge all elites this floor. Another loop and another glacier. Enlightenment. I'm not actually that mad I can't get it. We have enough energy. The Courier, the merchant restocks cards, relics, and potions. Their prices decreased by 20%. We have enough energy. We don't need to take the madness. There was actually... So recently I turned down madness because I had a deck that had 3 energy and had a lot of trouble playing everything. It was also relatively thick, right? May have been last episode. I can't remember. And there were a few comments asking why I didn't take madness. Madness, until it's upgraded... Unless it hits something that's 2 or 3 cost, that deck didn't have anything. Well, it had 1,000 cuts, it had a Predator. I think that's all it had that was 2 cost. It had no 3 costs. Madness, because it's 1 cost itself, unless it hits a 2 cost, is not an energy accelerant. Because I couldn't play out the rest of my hand effectively, and then play Madness to guarantee that it hits a 2 cost, because I didn't have enough energy to play the rest of my hand already, and I was drawing 6 cards a turn, it could not function as an energy accelerant on the first shuffle. So the second shuffle would need to be the energy accelerant. That deck was already extremely slow. It needed to play all of its setup, and that's effectively how that deck would win. If it had all of its setup, all of its powers in play, it would then win because it just had so much defense. But adding something to the ridiculously long setup of that deck would not have helped it. That's my argument. Yeah, I'm gonna lose the 2 max HP there. I don't want to deny myself a card in my opening hand. Let's get Fission upgraded here. Lose strike happily. I still want everything that I currently have. I don't want any of that. You might be wondering, are we going to play all of our powers against the Awakened one? Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Is that going to be a problem? Possibly. We do have the fairy in a bottle just in case. So 22.9. Yeah, cool. We do have a contingency plan, but it's those are what give me the power to do the things. Setting myself up to hit the next Echo Form as well with the previous Echo Form. Hey, we need the Apparition because these Exploders were going to die. That's why I doubled down on the card that I did. Okay. Whew, I can't believe both of those hit exactly the right target. I'm actually really impressed. And the enemy didn't even hit me in the end. FTL Thunderstrike. No, none of those. We do not have currently in this deck the ability to apply Weak, and we can just hold Go for the Eyes for the right turn to use it. And since it's 0 cost, it never will ultimately clog up my hands. I think for that reason, I'll take Go for the Eyes. Hello, Awakened One. You're probably gonna quite enjoy this combat. It's gonna be a while before that Blizzard's like real good, so. Yep. Okay, we're kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit here. I'm going to be missing an Echo Form this combat. I think I'm going to need a Focus Potion. Self-repair is something that we can get away with not playing. So I'm not even doubling cards yet. That's kind of tragic. That Apparition doesn't even do anything. Wow. Oh, yikes. This is starting to get really uncomfortable. I should now be capable of out-defending the enemy here. This turn allows me to double play my Blizzard. Good. I'm accepting a little bit more damage here. Blizzard knocks down the enemy there. I'll self-repair, get those out of the deck. I want to have the ability to weaken next turn, so... It's very likely going to be Glacier, go for the eyes. Yeah. Okay, we should have this now. The enemy's going to start putting the voids in my deck. Yeah, there's one. But the blizzards are doing a pretty insane amount of damage right now. I just got to get back to that blizzard. Which definitely isn't being helped by the ridiculously low amount that we're drawing, but... You do what you can. Nothing more and nothing less. With those two go for the eyes, the enemy is now basically going to be weak until they die. I no longer think we're actually going to be full healing as we exit this combat. I'm just trying to free up space in my hand so that I can try and guarantee that I get the blizzard. It wasn't technically guaranteed there, but we still got it. To thump right back at you. This feels like it's going to be the defect win. Although, you know, need not get cocky. Capacitor. Extra orbs? Yeah. And then turns up to fragment. Do I want defensive ongoing or offensive ongoing? I probably want offensive ongoing, so that means that I chill before I do anything else. I'll seek the other Echo form and fission, because then Echo form makes Echo form cost less, and then the other Echo form, and then, yeah, it's go off time. I mean, that's an Echo form, but okay, go off. Now we basically have the ability to dictate the pace of this fight, because I can just double apparition. You know, what of it, effectively. Sorry, did I say what of it? I meant, well, what is it? got -1 focus? Was I debuffed by the enemies? Wild. Like, that sucks, but wild. Double the Blizzard, kills the backline, and then double the Sunder. Almost kills the front. We lost more focus that turn. Wow. Alright, Spire Spear's down. Reserved Insect. Enemies in elite combats have 25% less HP, as well as the Dex Potion, which is actually going to be really good for us. Go. The wounds are going to start stacking in our hand, which is a problem. Alright, 30 damage incoming this turn, apparently. Yep. And now the fight should be basically over. We have 2 Echo Forms out. We have another Echo... yeah, we do have another Echo Form in the deck. Oh yeah, no, I know that I'm basically murdering myself right now. There's a lot of cards in this deck that we need to get through. Good. We now duplicate the first 4 cards that we play in a turn. And we can just extend how much Apparition we have basically forever. And now's the point where nothing can stop us anymore. Sure, how about you be weak for literally forever, and I'm just gonna block the, you know, a casual all. I'm just building up my Blizzard. It's 57 damage now. Alright. Drop the first Blizzard. What? Beat of Death incremented? It can do that? Okay, I may have underestimated the enemy. getting that reinforced body out of the hand. I need to be able to draw as many cards as possible. Okay. Don't need the apparition this turn. Oh, 20. That's a lot. So 20 by 15. That's 300 damage. I don't know if I should let them do that. Getting a strong, that might not be in my best interest vibe. Hold a hunch. Bye, Heart. Still have the variant of bottle at the very end there as well. Love it. I'm actually surprised that Defect is the... Well, am I surprised? I thought Ironclad would definitely be the first to, you know, break 10. I think Ironclad's probably going to be the first to break 20. But Defect is the first to break 10. It's 1,792. Good old Heartbreaker run right there. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. And hopefully we'll see you. Yes, hang on. When do... So it's a daily series. Oh! Next time.